After the fall of Edward II in 1327, the new young king, Edward III, was advised in his actions to a great extent by Roger Mortimer and Queen Isabella, his mother. After some time, though, Edward realised that he was perhaps not getting the best of advice, and in 1330 he decided to take action. Here in the Medieval Chronicle of 1307 to 1334, we hear of his actions. At this time, on the quinzaine of Michaelmas, the king held parliament at Nottingham and heard and clearly perceived many ways in which he had foolish counsel, and that he and his realm were on the point of being lost by treachery and his people destroyed. For this reason he took this affair greatly to heart, and on the Friday night, the day after St. Luke, he had certain men secretly arrested within Nottingham Castle and put them into custody, and sent 3 men to the Tower of London on Saturday, the eve of the Apostle Saints, Simon and Judas. That is to say, Sir Roger Mortimer, Sir Geoffrey Mortimer his son, and Sir Simon Bereford. This Sir Roger had usurped royal power and great treasure, and had thought to overthrow the king, and the said Sir Geoffrey, through madness, even called himself king. At this time the king sent for the lords who were in exile from this land, through fear that they had of the schemes of the evil men who were near the king and his council, in case they should be severely dealt with for their actions, as the said Earl of Kent had been by the deceitful conspiracy of the evil men. He, the king, ordered that those who had gone away should return to their lands in peace, and be in Parliament to put right the misgovernment of the land, and to counteract the poison of the false conspirators, which was then at its most potent. On Monday, the day after St. Catherine, the king held his Parliament at Westminster. On the Thursday afterwards, that is to say, on the eve of St. Andrew, the said Sir Roger Mortimer, Earl of March, was drawn and hanged at London, and his body hanged by order of the king for 2 days and 2 nights. And then the body was handed over by the King's Grace to the Franciscans of London on Saturday evening, and it was buried there on the Sunday following. In this Parliament, by common council of the realm, the king took into his hands all the lands which Lady Isabella, his mother, had, and £3,000 of silver were granted to her to have each year from the king, in order to maintain and keep up her household, to be paid quarterly for all her life. And the said Sir Simon Bereford was drawn and hanged at this Parliament at London on the feast of St. Lucy. Thank you for watching the YouTube channel of Medieval Chronicles.